Good morning. Today we're going to preview Spiral Review 25. Surprise! Happy almost spring break. It's only one-sided. Let's look together at some of the directions. In the number sense column on the left, it talks about rounding. When we round to the nearest cent or penny, we know that that is the hundredths place that we are rounding to. Remember, when you're rounding decimals, you do not change that to a zero. You have to drop it off after the hundredths place. So in the end, you should only have 2 digits after the hundredths place. The second one asks you to name the place value. Then you need to name the value of this 8. Now we need to change this decimal to a mixed number and remember to put it in lowest terms. This number is 204 and 8/10. Here we're looking for equivalent measurements, converting yards to feet, feet to inches, miles to feet. And over here we are adding and subtracting mixed numbers. We did this subtraction problem together because it involves regrouping, which is something that we haven't done before. 19 and 2/9 minus 14 and 8/18. We know that we need to change this to a common denominator so that we can subtract. If I list the multiples for 9, I have 9, 18, which is the same as this denominator. So I need to change 2/9 to something over 18. 9 times 2 is 18, and 2 times 2 is 4. Now my problem says 19 and 4/18 minus 14 and 8/18. I always start adding and subtracting in the farthest column to the right, just like the standard algorithm. But I can't do 4/18 minus 8/18, so I need to regroup. I borrow from my ones place, which means I'm going to add 1 over here in my fraction place. How can I add 1 whole? I know that 18/18 is equal to 1 whole. So now I need to add 4/18 to 18/18, giving me 18 and 22/18 minus 14 and 8/18. Now I'm ready to subtract. 22 minus 8 gives me 14/18, and 18 minus 14 gives me 4. 14/18. I know that 14 and 18 can both be divided by 2. My final answer is 4 and 7/8. When you are adding, you will add the fraction place first and then the ones place. If you end up with a fraction greater than 1, you need to change it to a mixed number and add that mixed number to your whole number. Down below, it says convert between fractions and decimals on the following numbers. Here, you need to remember that in order to change 21 and 31 over 50 to a decimal, your denominator must either be 10 or 100. This one is asking you to draw an obtuse angle. In class yesterday, I passed out a handout that is blue that has lots of different geometric terms and symbols. On here, you can see the obtuse angle. Notice how it is bigger than 90 degrees. Our right angle is exactly 90 degrees, but the obtuse angle opens wider than that. When we name an angle, we need to name that vertex or that middle point in the middle. The way that we say it is either angle BOA or angle AOB. This is how we write angle BOA using a symbol. Remember, when we were using our symbols for lines and segments and rays, this is what it looked like, and we used capital letters. When we make our symbol for any type of angle, the angle comes before the 3 letters, and that middle point, the Y, needs to be the middle angle. Finally, we have a small problem solving. Liz trains for rock climbing 4 days a week. Her first 4 days of training are shown in the table. She plans to increase the distance each time she climbs. Did Liz climb farther the first 2 days or the last 2 days? Then it asks you to justify your answer. When we justify, we don't need to write an entire race response. We just need to explain how we know if she did run farther the first 2 days or if she did run farther the last 2 days. Now, in class, someone asked for this one to be a freebie. 7 miles equals how many feet? Well, 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet. So in order to find 7 miles, I need to multiply 5,280 times 7. That gives me 36,960 feet. The other freebie that was asked about is this one, 204 8/10. As a fraction or mixed number, I write that like this, but I can reduce 8/10 to a smaller fraction by dividing my numerator and denominator by 2. Those are the freebies, and remember, you can send me a picture for a pre-check.